Hi guys, welcome to another lecture here on IT.tutorials, part of C# complete course from beginner to advanced. This lecture has the goal to talk about variables. What is a variable? In this lesson you will learn what is a variable. I will make an attempt to create a definition for what is a variable. You will learn about data type int and string, how you can declare and initialize a variable, and also what is the difference between declaring and initializing a variable in C# and .NET. So let's dive in. First of all, I want to show you a few tricks. You can use shortcuts. Visual Studio is a very smart IDE and offers you shortcuts which can make your work more efficient. So if you want to use the same code line many times, don't use Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V. Use Ctrl+D to copy a code line many times. Yeah, so place your cursor to the end of the declaration you want to copy and press Ctrl+D. And as you can see, you can copy that code line as many times as you like. If you want to remove them, just place your cursor from where you want to remove the code lines and press Ctrl+X. And here you go. Yeah, so again, Ctrl+D to copy and Ctrl+X to remove code lines. Okay, so let's see what is a variable. A variable is a memory space which must have a type, a specific type, and a name. The variable has the capacity to store a specific value. First of all, let's see the utility, or how useful is to use a variable in programming. Okay, so let's write a few code lines. Here you go. Let's execute this up. Enter. And here you go. Yeah. So here is the result. Hello, IT.tutorials. Yeah. Actually, I didn't want this here, so I remove it. Okay, let's execute it again. So here you go. This is the result. Hello, IT.tutorials. So first, the compiler executed this method readLine, which has the ability to read what the user is typing from keyboard. I typed IT.tutorials. This method read from console what I typed, IT.tutorials, and this text, which is a string actually, that means a string is a sequence of characters, was concatenated with another string with this text hello using this operator plus. This operator plus is used to concatenate strings, and to the end the compiler executed this method right. But what if I want to change the value, which I can do it quite easily, yeah, because I type another string here from the keyboard. By the way, this method readLine return always string, either you type text or numbers, yeah. But what if I want to use that value in different parts of the code? That means I have to write again this statement, yeah, which is not efficient and is not a good practice. So therefore, I have to use variables, because the variable has the capacity to store a value, and we can use that variable in many parts of the code, in different parts in your code. Yeah. So let's see how we can declare and initialize a variable then. So here on this code line, I declare a string variable using this keyword string, and after I write a name for this variable input. So this is a declaration of a variable. You have to use first the type, which in this case is string, and after you have to use the name. And also you have to use the semicolon in C#. So this is the declaration of a variable. On the other line here, I initialize this string variable input using this sign, which here in programming is called the assignment operator. You are using this operator to assign a value to a variable. So the value will be the value user is typing from keyboard, and this method readLine will read what the user is typing from keyboard in console, and that will be the value which this variable will be assigned. Here you go, the result is the same as you can see. Hello it.tutorials. Yeah. So this time I use this variable input, which is a string variable, as you can see, and this variable store the value read in console by this method readLine. Now you can use this variable input everywhere in your code. Now this is a declaration of init type variable. Because I use this keyword init, that means this is a integer variable which has this name. As you can see, I can't use this variable after I declare it because the variable is unsigned. So that means before I use the variable, I have to assign the variable. Yeah. By the way, this type integer refers to integer numbers, which are the integer positive and negative numbers. Yeah. So let's initialize this variable. How I initialize this variable? I write the name, the assignment operator, and after the value, like 25. Yeah, and semicolon. As you can see, the error disappeared. Now I can use this variable number, which has the type integer. How? Because yeah, it's 25. It's good, but I have to cut off this code line. Let's execute it again. And here you go, 25. Let's see if I can use the same name of the variable in the code. And I'm going to use the same type as well, a number. As you can see, I received already errors. So here is written, if you go with a cursor above the error and how you spot the error. When you see this curly line, a red curly line, that means that you have an error. Or you can go here on this spot, the red spot, or here where is the error list, and you can see the explanation. A local variable or function name number is already defined in this scope. So that means in the same scope, you cannot use the same name, yeah, for the variable. We can use the same name in different scopes, yeah, but in the same scope, can't use the same name for a variable. Even if I change the type, we can't use the same name in the same scope. As you can see, even if I use a numeric type, this double is a numeric type, the same like init, yeah, so we can't use the same name in the same scope, yeah, for a variable. So bear in your mind this. Can we change the value of a variable? Yeah, we can do it, yeah. Here you go. As you can see, we can change the value of a variable. Yeah, here on this line, the value is 25, which this variable was initialized. And here on this line, as you can see, the value of this variable number is changed to 26. So we can do this, no problem. But can we assign the variable with a different type? Let's see. No, we can't. Yeah, here is written, cannot implicitly convert type string to int. Even here I put a numeric type like 12, 15, which is a real number, and this type int refers to integer type. Yeah, so I can't do it. I receive error, as you can see here, cannot implicitly convert type double to int. Yeah, so it's needed a explicitly conversion, but it's not the goal of this lesson. So let's remove this. Here you go. Now the error disappeared because now the value is integer. This variable number can receive integer values, so can be assigned by integer values. So bear in your mind, we can't assign a variable with a different type, as you have seen. Let's see if we can use a variable before it was declared. As you can see, we can't use a variable before the variable was declared. Yeah. What we learn in this lesson, what is a variable? The variable is a memory space which must have a type and a name. We learn about the integer data type and string data type. We learn how to declare and initialize a variable, and we learn the difference between the declaring and initializing a variable. Thank you for watching this lecture. I'm waiting for you to watch my other lectures, part of this complete C# course from beginner to advanced. Thank you. See you next time.